Hey everybody, want to make a quick video. I am out tonight doing Uber Eats thing. After working with people all day, sometimes at night for side hustle or second second job, gig, whatever you want to call it, I don't really want to deal with people. Um, making small talk and all that other stuff. And honestly, I like people. I really do, and I like talking to people, but you have those really rude people, and it really just kind of ruins your night. Anyway, so I'm out delivering food on usually one of my best nights because the weather is awful. It's been worse, but it's not fun. It's raining, lightning everywhere, flooding a little bit. So it's not a good time to be out on the road, which is the perfect time because I am super busy. I took my raincoat off because I'm done for the night and I'm gonna head home. And I'm sorry, it's gonna get real dark for a second. But anyway, so I did want to point out that and maybe it's a little bit of common sense, but some of the best times to make money, to stay super busy, is to be out when nobody else wants to be out. You also need to know your area. So I usually shut it down around, especially during the week, around 9-ish, because that's where most of the restaurants in my town kind of start shutting down, except for your McDonald's and Sonics and stuff like that. And those aren't really fun deliveries, because you're usually having to wait a long time. They're short deliveries, and man, it seems like you go to an apartment almost every other time. And we all know that apartments are a pain. So for me, those are my least favorites. Anyway, so other than that, now my area does have a lot of Chinese food, a lot of Japanese food, some sushi, stuff like that, and then some Thai food and Indian food, lots of Indian cuisine, and they do really well at night. So I'll get those kind of deliveries at 9, 10, 11 o'clock sometimes. And I don't know if it's a cultural thing, but I mean those are busy restaurants even really late at night. But I seem to get those mostly on the weekends, so like Fridays and Saturday nights. Those late deliveries, I seem to do a lot of those, and that's really good. And plus, a lot of those deliveries, they're usually larger deliveries, and the customers usually tip. So I was thinking the other day, you know what I want to do is I think I'm going to start tracking all of my deliveries by restaurant, and then try to figure out maybe demographics. Like, really, is it do kids really not tip? Because sometimes they do. I'm not going to make any global statements about whose credit card it is or who's actually paying for it, any of that other stuff. Then I don't think that's fair, because I mean I got my first job when I was 14, so I've been paying taxes for a long time. But anyway, I was thinking of that and was wondering if you guys had any suggestions on things that you would like me to do. Maybe I will do like my first 100 or 200 deliveries and figure out fast food versus slow food. Is it hamburgers or Asian food, or I mean, you don't really deliver from like steakhouses or anything like that. Who wants a steak that's been sitting in a car for 8 minutes? Actually, right now I would take one, but but generally speaking, that's not something that you deliver. So things like that, and then maybe demographics. Excuse me. Maybe like making general assumptions. Is this a kid? Is it somebody who is under the age of 22 or 21 or 20? Yeah, like under the age of 20, 21 to say 29, 30 to 40, and then above. Something like that. I don't know. I was wondering what you guys would be interested in seeing. and I will try to make a spreadsheet, and then we can make some, some scientific guesses, and really look at who is tipping and how much. Is it a $1 tip? Is it a $6 tip? Some people get upset with a $1 tip, but I'm like, hey, I appreciate $1. I'm out here hustling. $1 is nice. That goes towards gas money. The best tip I ever got, and I'm curious to know what the best tip you ever got was too. My best tip, I think, was $27. I was really, I was like, wow, you just gave me $27. That was on that was a people delivery. I drove a guy to the airport and he gave me $27. The best food delivery was actually somewhere right around there too, like $25. It was a guy who gave me the wrong address, and so I was driving to the wrong address, and he's like, "Oh man, I'm sorry, I gave you the wrong address." I said, "Don't worry about it. Just flip me a text, and I'll head that way." And it really, the right address wasn't far away, like maybe 2 miles, and I just, I turned around and I went over there. It took me a few extra minutes, but no big deal. And he even came out and met me, so I didn't have to find him. It was in an apartment complex. And I don't know, it was pretty awesome. And then he gave me cash and then tipped me on the app as well. I was like, wow, this is pretty sweet. I need more of those. But anyway, yeah, let me know your recommendations. Curious to know your best tips and why. And yeah, let's do this. So after I get a few of y'all commenting, and maybe give it a little bit of time, and then I will start compiling data, and then I'll share. All right, thanks. Please like, subscribe, comment. You know the drill. Thanks. Bye.